It's almost on par, no longer running the Sova, Fade comes out instead, so it is still a little bit unorthodox. I really like Kongared's KO on this map, so really something to watch out for here. And as you mentioned, yes, mirror comp, so things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, I mean, nothing changes on the Team Secret side. Actually, did they get a jet instead of a chamber? Is that what I saw? Or is there one? I'm not quite sure. No, there's a chamber. There's a chamber. Nice, okay. Not a mirror comp then. But very close. Very close.
We got excited for a second.
Yeah, and there's a KO. I kind of got confused maybe with the graphic. I don't know what I saw. Anyway.
Myth of one, map one. And everything we planned has sort of gone out the window now.
Everything
like,
yeah, I'm just seeing things, you know?
Yeah, exactly. What's interesting for me is that, as our analyst said, this was what Myth was sort of what Fancy wanted to do, which was just send the Neon in, have a Neon kill everyone. Myth just made it work. So I'm surprised not seeing the Neon here as well. I like the fact that they're showing a bit of versatility and bringing Kadum over to the chamber. It means we're going to see a little bit more of reserved play from the members of Myth here, and it means that the main aggression we're going to see is off the back of the flashes from Kongared. It means that their attack may be a little bit weaker, but their defense is really going to have to be something to sort of boast about here. Look at this huge push through B main.
Very, very aggressive from Made in Thailand, straight from the defense. Oh, you love to see it because Team Secret didn't know what was coming to them. But they do move over to the A site, right? That is where most of their players were lying towards. And I think Made in Thailand, with those 2 picks, will be happy to go for the retake.
You're absolutely right. And with the plant going down, 3 versus 5 retake, look how most of Myth have actually just funneled through Tree, which means that being able to outflank Team Secret here could be perfect.
Oh, Dubstep's actually going very aggressive himself. So is Wits. They've gained so much control. They've taken so much space onto the Southern Heaven side. But Dubstep will eventually fall, and it's all down to JC Vosh. A one-man army. Everybody's low, though, so if he's able to try to get them one by one, maybe there's a chance. But no, the spike being on the right-hand side corner will be just too difficult to handle up against the 4, and it is going to be Made in Thailand with first blood.
I've lost. Myth are going to win this series.
Bold statements.
It's just...
By a caster,
the realization,
so cast the curse, right?
The realization has just hit me. Myth are going to win this.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Imagine game 1, Team Secret, lower bracket.
I know, but
Imagine,
Degon and Q both have their heads in their hands right now because they are big Team Secret fans. It's just...
You know what? I mean, it would make a very interesting narrative for this tournament, seeing the team that came in third in the previous VCTA pack to kind of drop to the lower bracket by Made in Thailand.
I then feel sorry for anyone who goes into the lower bracket because then they have to deal with Secret.
That is also very true. That is also very true. But Made in Thailand will be very happy about it if it ends up happening. But for now, they have themselves a bonus round to deal with it. Actually, no, it's a force up by Team Secret. So, yeah, no, it's looking pretty strong for them so far. Trading equally. Not even that. They're trading favourably. And now Wits here has got a flash to try and keep them back for a little bit longer. And it's all working out because Dispenser wants to join in on that fight. He loves brawls, and he just made that one his own.
Second round force buys usually come at a huge risk. They are a very big gamble. The fact Team Secret are able to make it work there is just perfect. I love the really aggressive push from Dubstep there. Notice how he doesn't go into his own smoke because he wants to pull the crosshairs away from him. It means that the rest of his team, yes, they don't have as much armor, but they do have the same weaponry. So the extra space that they're given there allows them to just take one fight at a time and then just overwhelm their opponents. It's the same strategy Myth were doing on their pistol round, and now Myth actually not wanting to fall into the force buy loop trap that has sort of been set here. They're dropping to an eco. Shorty's come out to accompany the classics, and because of that, I'm now really interested to see just how they're going to poise themselves now that they've sort of been pushed down to the back foot.
Slowly but surely, this is turning out to be a banger of a game. That's exactly what we love to see. Team Secret now spreading out quite substantially. And that is Dubstep noticing the push of Made in Thailand. I don't think he noticed how far Kongared has pushed, but how much of a difference that makes, considering he's checking right back up for it. Doesn't matter, but double back from that. Let's have a look at what Team Secret are able to do towards this B side. There's a shorty in close proximity to the Nebula. We know how deadly it can be on that distance, but in all honesty, you have to consider that Team Secret are going to try and find that info, not going to be pushing any smoke, considering the economical situation of Myth. And a team of such caliber isn't going to make that type of mistake that quickly. Shorty gets one, no time for a reload though. Dispenser is right on his case. They haven't checked the backside, they haven't cleared it. Now they will, and it will be too late because that's a free Spectre, and that could be even more damage. Seize, oh, and that is Vash in the fight as well. Okay, I got excited for a little bit longer. Myth could have done something more there, but it just didn't happen, and Team Secret are able to deliver.
I think that's actually a big, big bonus to Team Secret there. The fact that we saw a really, really calculated defense, the fact they were able to react to someone being on the flank. A lot of teams would panic. Instead, they're actually just rotating back to the other side. They're taking one duel at a time. It looks like they seem pretty relaxed here. And bear in mind, they are on their map pick, and we're sort of seeing the advantages that come with that there. With, even though Alone Fizz, most teams, again, that would be a multi-kill for Alone. The fact that Team Secret just bring it back to water is perfect. Full buy versus full buy, and what I'm interested in is we saw Dispenser get a very early lockdown in our first map as well, but he was really hesitant to use it. We'll see if that's the same case here. Huge suppression from the KO though, and that's a lot of info for Myth now to know that Team Secret are looking to repeat that last round.
But Team Secret are stacking up with all their players this time around. Complete switch up. Lockdown will be instantly utilized, but also instantly shut down. I believe Fragment may have been thrown right at it. But the Nano Swarms aren't stopping them. They're actually pushing through. Kadum gets one and shown his Alone Fills. And they're not getting traded either. They're simply just shooting heads right now, and there's nothing Team Secret can do. Alone Fills is feeling it. And Kungarid will be putting JC Vash in the grave as well. Team Secret were nowhere to be found.
Alone Fills was only half the battle. Every player he fought there was either damaged by the concussion, they were hit by the flash drive, or they were revealed by Kungarid. I said I was looking forward to his KO, and for good reason. That was an immortal play from him there, to be able to just shut down that push off the back of a knife to get the info, to have 3 players stacked up. That final flash drive to keep the presence alive from Boathouse is just incredible. 2-2, and we have a map on our hands, Pavlos, for Team Secret. It's going to be a buy that comes out as relatively strong, but the Spectres are going to show there is the odd gap in the attack. But what they do have to level the playing field is that null command available for Wits.
I think this is the first real time we're seeing Team Secret trying to fight for this mid control.
With the ult orb as well, the Nightfall's just come up. So there really is a lot of utility coming up for Team Secret here.
Well, Nightfall will come across that A site. I think Kungarid is able to avoid it, therefore fully aware of his surroundings, but doesn't have the ability to use any of his abilities. But he runs away with 2 before he actually gets killed himself. Unfortunately for him, the resurrection will come through back from Wits. But it's still a 3-on-3. Kadum is here to fight, but unable to do so. It's chaos. No utility needs to be used when people just want to use their guns. They just want to shoot everybody down. Kungarid does whiff in the end of things, which means Team Secret are gaining the lead.
It's hero play after hero play, Pavlos, and right now Team Secret, they are looking to go blow for blow with the Titans. For Myth, this is really going to be a proper test of prowess. If they can beat Secret, they can beat anyone in this tournament, but it's looking like the very same story, maybe vice versa. We thought Team Secret went into this as the main overdogs. It was kind of portrayed as a David versus Goliath, but no, these are just 2 gods dueling it out in the heavens. And for Team Secret, this is no longer a disappointment if they lose. This is just a bloody good game of Valorant.
Prowler getting an early spot. This is very aggressive again from Made in Thailand, right?
Yeah.
They did this similarly in the first round, and it seems Team Secret is scared that it's going to happen again. Prowler's thrown at them, one after the other. The distraction is made for Kadum to swing by. Doesn't even need his rendezvous either. Now he can use it. This is perfect. I'm really loving this new Made in Thailand.
And here's the thing, adding beta, I didn't think it would change all too much, to be honest. It feels like this is not just a change of roster, this is a change of fundamental playstyle. Whatever strategy the IGL management came up with is revolutionized how this team is playing, and right now it is absolutely caught Team Secret off guard.
Key to note, Dubstep is kind of isolated now towards that short side. But it doesn't seem like Qualifier will want to push out of this. I mean, it's for good reason, right? Why would you? Oh, that audio cue. Oh, I think that may have given it away. There's a good chance. But no rotation has come through, so I think they may have gotten away with it. Dropping back a little bit, which may give room for Dubstep to move in. They know there's presence nearby. Oh, sees the alarm bot to the left, but says, no, there's a player to the right. I'm going to shoot him first for good reason. Bet onto the back line, holding his own line. But look at the reinforcements from Kungarid. Kadum is also joining on that fray. Made in Thailand are so quick on the rotates today. Dispenser, there's nothing you can do about it. Brought down to 1 HP, but now replenishing himself. 12 seconds, and up against the 3. That simply aligns up. does manage to nestle a headshot in there, but that's all it is because Made in Thailand get themselves a third.
It's a silver lining, 3-3 the scoreline. Remember, on Ascent, it is ever so slightly defender-sided. So for Team Secret, they are going to be fairly happy to go blow for blow. The one thing I will note, though, is that this is one of the more equal maps in the pool, in my opinion. So 6-6 is fairly common to see. And what it means, actually, is that every round is going to have that butterfly effect. We were saying this yesterday. So long as the closer the game is, the more each micro decision is going to have an effect in the longevity of your half. And right now, for Myth, the fact that they're able to keep kind of 1 or 2 players alive every round is going to help them economically. We see that now with Dubstep having to bring out the Blade Storm. A huge bit of info gather, and I'm loving this info gather from Alonefields and Congarid. They know what Team Secret are doing, sometimes even before Team Secret know what they're doing.
Nicely stated.
Yeah, pretty happy with it. I planned that one, to be honest.
I found that one. Okay. Team Secret, what are they planning, though?
It's a bit of an unorthodox position for Kadoom here, especially with an operator. You could very well be overwhelmed.
Yeah, he's got the rendezvous, so you kind of expect him to play something unorthodox, but yeah.
I love this. Having been noticed, Team Secret, rather than sort of and ahhing about an attack, they just get out of there. Peek into mid, and it's Congarid once again with the info gather. It's not even using the dagger, they still have that available. Team Secret, they slowly list over to this A site, but that's where all the Killjoy utility is.
They barely use any util to cover these corners, they just try peek them, which makes this team so scary because you never know what to expect. Never give any of these calls to sort of anti-strike, but now onto the A site they go, night falls. And some of their sensors are no more! Dubstep with a sideline, finds himself the blades to use. Bokum with the entry, finally Dubstep falls, but it's still a 2v4, and it's Team Secret with clear advantage on this A site.
Absolutely perfect by Dubstep, getting both kills, being able to get so deep into the enemy backline before the assault comes in. Look at Myth now, they still haven't gotten to their retake position, so much so actually, at this point they've thrown the towel in. It's going to be a save, and because of that, Team Secret, not only do they take the lead at 4-3, but it is going to also have that butterfly effect, as we said, on the economy.
How do they always find these gaps, man? How does Dubstep or any of these Team Secret players kind of know, all right, well, they're not going to be checking this. I'm just going to move in here.
Yep.
It's
so
simply sliding in.
What I think...
smoother than any of the sliders in my DMs about gun buddies.
Yeah. You get a lot, don't you?
I get a few.
Yeah, I get a lot.
I don't even have a gun buddy.
Me neither.
Myself.
I heard Conky was giving them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can DM Conky on Twitter.
DM Conky, guys.
Yeah.
He's going to hate us for that one.
Yeah,
all
he's
right,
glare us through the window in a second. Team Secret
top.
in the lead. Absolutely perfect. What I do like, actually, is the fact they liked from their haven was their retakes. And their retakes on Ascent, they've been about 50-50 at the moment. What I think Team Secret have sort of adapted to, which has really helped them, is they make sure they have a man advantage before the spike goes down. What it means to Myth is that the prospect of a retake seems a lot worse. And it means that, as we saw last round, they just don't even attempt it.
What I'm concerned about is the different pace that they can create from this different agent composition than they had from the previous one, right? There's a lot of pace in that one. There's a lot of tempo, a lot of speed. But here it's, especially on the attack later on, it may be a little bit more methodical. But let's look at Dubstep's push.
So aggressive.
Both sides. Oh, the panic. All right, he gets it in the end. Why not? Okay, Cosmic Divide allowing them to push through, but look at the back line of things. Alonefields is all by himself. He's literally alone and will end up dying without trading anything out. Team Secret winning on every single trade. Kadoom just peeks out from the other side of the Cosmos and just dies.
That's a really big risk that Dubstep was able to take there. To go that far into Boathouse without any unaccompanied, to go point blank up against Wannafly is really, really brave, because what you've done is you've delayed the rotations. No one's going to be able to push out through Defender's spawn because they don't know how close the jet is. It means that the Alonefields, who's left back site, is left back site for a good 20 seconds before he actually gets killed. And, you know, he'll be calling for rotations, everyone pushes in, and that's when Wits is able to strike with the KO. Beautiful setup from Team Secret. Remember, this isn't their map pick, Pavlos, and we're really starting to see why. What's interesting, though, is Myth didn't use any counter utilities. They're still banking on the fact that they're going to have a decent buy at some point over the next couple of rounds, but they're running out of opportunities.
Yeah, we haven't seen... I mean, I loved it when Made in Thailand were very proactive, and it seems like they're a little bit scared to do that now. But we do see Team Secret kind of bank onto that left side of the map for now, really keeping the right side open, while at the same time Kadoom seems to go on a little bit of a stroll. I
mean, you said they're a bit less proactive. Look at Kadoom. Right now, he's going to go get some ice cream. Pops into Gelato, sees it's clear. And Myth, once again, their info gather is so damn good, Pavlos.
Well, he's had his ice cream. And now he's moving along and realizes it's clear. Gives his team the call that It's probably B hit, guys.
You should run.
And already the rotations are being called in. Lockdown
Look at that.
initiated. Lockdown in retaliation, though.
Use that.
And I think it's just going to be a standstill. No, look at this! Stops and pushes through it! And Dash simply allows him to cross in. Kangara ends up falling. Kadoom on the back line of things. He's got a headhunter, but how much can he do? Not much, because it's Wits there to stop him.
He did so well to get the ice cream, but no! Brain freeze, Wits shuts him down. Team Secret, they pull ahead. They're able to get just an incredible sight. Yes, this gets an eco, Pavlos, but they do it with such ease.
Oh, Kadoom with a brain freeze. That's what ice cream does to you, but it does seem Beta will be able to get himself a kill there with a Bulldog. But that's all it is, right? Because I think the rest of them may look to save the Vandal. I mean, Alone Fools might want to try and go in for a kill. I think denying Vandals on the other side may be more important, even though the credit economy is doing quite well. Oh, they're not going to check this corner, are they? And Alone Fools, oh! Missed opportunity! Oh. Oh. What a world could have that been?
That could have been a knife kill another round, Pavlos.
Yeah, it could have been.
Very well could have been. At least Wonderfly is able to hold on to the Vandal. I feel for Myth, they've put themselves into a really bad position for this defense. When they saved that Operator and Vandal, they ecoed around it, but the Operator and Vandal, they replenished their armor, they brought abilities again. What it means is the round afterwards, only 3 players can buy. The round after that, they're on a sort of semi-half force buy. Now we finally have the full buy, but they're 6-3 down.
It's starting to get a little bit more comfortable for them, isn't it?
Exactly. And Myth did well on Haven when they were in the lead, when they had the momentum. Now they're in trouble. Let's see if they can handle the pressure.
Team Secret starting to also feel comfortable themselves. A little bit more methodical, as Ascent tends to be. Quite hard to just press W on this map. Although we've seen it done. Mid control also established, fairly deep, uncontested as well. There's a trademark there to spot it if it gets even deeper, but holding that angle alone is simply a lot of space granted. Kadoom wants to go in for more, seized in place, wants to go for the trade, but it seems JC Lush will come out on top of it. Look at the mid placement as well. Look how far they want to move into this. Beta's all by himself, has to do it all by himself, but unable to do so mid-stop coming through from Borkum. Immaculate start from Team Secret.
Really, really strong start. They've just come out of the gate swinging. I love the fact that they actually had Borkum flank through mid there, on top of the fact that they already had those players committing to the A site alongside the Null Command. Yes, the Null Command at the time may seem like a bit of an overcommitment, but what it does is it means that Beta can't use any of the utility to assist him. It means the only thing helping Beta hold that A site was aim, and that's it. So really, really nice play with an Null Command. Furthermore as well, you've hit 8 rounds on your... In fact, you've hit 8 rounds, period. It doesn't matter what side you're on. That's a successful half. Or 7 rounds, I do apologise, Pavlos. We were told don't do maths on broadcast and that as well. Oh, God, man. There's every time I think I'm confident enough to do it, it comes back to haunt me. Oh, they're probably gonna hit 8. I mean, it's 2 shotguns and a couple of sheriffs. If this does fail, then it's a huge failure on Team Secret's part.
I'll be glad there's no calculus in this game.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be here if that was the case.
Well, there's a solo defender for Made in Thailand here towards the B site, which means there's a lot banking on him. I mean, we're looking at a pistol buy as well. There's a judge, obviously. There's a couple of shotguns as well on their side. But you can slowly see that Team Secret starting to steamroll past them, right? They start to gain some sort of a momentum, and Made in Thailand are lacking some of these reads. A lot of the times rotations are being sought over, so Team Secret, splendid stuff from him, looking a lot more like the third placer of stage 2 of APAC. So we're maybe looking a lot more like the favorite of this tournament. Maybe your statement of maybe seeing a 2-0 by Made in Thailand here was a little bit too preemptive, as an 8th round is close to be guaranteed.
Wonderfly in the smoke here is either going to make or break this round.
Prowler.
The Prowler, he avoids it. This is perfect. There's the first. That's the spike as well.
Doesn't turn around. Oh, it does it! Butterfly! An acrobat jumping up and down like a bunny rabbit, but ends up dying instead. Does that buy enough time for Made in Thailand to find the rotates? You can see Alone Feels is finding himself onto the flank while the rest of them try to hold them back for a little while. There was a chance there for Beta, but it's denied by Dubstep, and Team Secret look in charge to get that spike down.
He has to use the judge as well because he can't extend to pick up the Vandal. It's a shutdown from Borkum there, but for just a moment, Pavlos, for just a moment, there was that flash of brilliance there. For a moment, the judge play could have been what would have made this series, but no. Team Secret, they shut it down, and once again, the discipline, the calm that comes with the kind of knowledge of being together, trusting one another, and experiencing pretty much every circumstance you can imagine on Ascent really starts to show. And about 3 seconds left as well. Loads of time.
Oh, man. Oh, this game is very entertaining, this series, to be fair. And I'm glad it is, because I think everybody coming into this thought Team Secret will be clearly winning this. But look at this buy round. Very fast, very quick. Look at Dubstep already on site, but it's Beta again in this position. He always holds this, but he always gets a kill. So influential. Finally, he does have reinforcements as well. Team Secret try to hold on, but now it's all down to the Spencer. He has no spike, he has no friends.
It finally comes back actually to bite Dubstep there. He pushes very aggressive when he does do those dashes, and in this case, he just pushes a little bit too far. No one's able to trade him, and for Beta, it's a really nice shutdown. 1 versus 3 for the Spencer. It is by all means winnable here, but he needs to kill this Fade.
No, he will not.
That's that.
8-4 at half-time. Making Thailand at least close the gap a bit.
I still believe in Myth.
You still believe in Myth?
I'm really standing by this because I know I'm the only one.
Like, you know, after that first performance, I don't think I
will die on this hill. I really will. For Myth, I think one of the things they need to really do as they hit the second half is I really want to see Kadoom be a little bit more proactive. I want to see Kadoom really wake up, because right now Dubstep is running circles around him.
They really are, and I think overall you have to give credit where credit is due. Team Secret seem to be getting a lot of ground control around those mid areas, often counteracting the rotations of Made in Thailand. We've seen a lot of quick rotation from Made in Thailand. I think that's because they know that Team Secret often go for these very fast executes, but what Team Secret have been doing is been changing things around, being very hard to read.
You're right. What I also quite like from Team Secret is they are really good at finding gaps in the Made in Thailand defense and then exploiting it. I think the round that really stands out to me is the round we saw Dubstep with the Blade Storm. There you go, that's it there.
That one right there.
Just finds the chamber's already in tree, so there was about a 2-second window to get to that position and get those kills, and Dubstep's just able to exploit it.
You know the Z skins?
Yep.
I just hope that at some point we get another DJ who does dubstep, so dubstep can use the skins. You know, whenever he gets a kill, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, it'll be perfect.
You know, get those subwoofers in there.
Reaver 2.0's come out. Myth lose this, it's pretty much over. We're going to we're going to Binds. However, I think if Myth are even able to make this close, Bind suddenly seems a little bit more palpable for them. Until that point, though, they really need to start making Ascent a little bit closer.
Alright, now Made in Thailand on the attacking side. Things have changed around as Team Secret have got quite a substantial lead. It's down to them to maintain it, hold it. Dubstep, quite a far off push, trademark to the right side of it. If he does elect to choose past it, he will be spotted. Oh, the Nebula falls, and it's read by Kadoom. And he quickly picks that one up. So good start here from Made in Thailand, and that may hold out to be an avenue for that A site.
What I also think is quite interesting is that Team Secret had a very early stack to B to start this off. Now look at the huge exodus they've made. The Killjoy in mid, for me, is going to be the win condition right now. Wannafly has to deliver. He's had such a quiet game, Pavlos. This is his shot at redemption.
And Wits just threw a dagger, right? And I think he spotted out a couple of players, which just confirms for them that it's a decent idea to stick around. But now they rotate again. And it always seems Team Secret are on the case, because I start to see them also wrap around.
You're right, on Wannafly, he's read it. The Killjoy duel. Left. This will be it. Who kills the other?
Yeah, the Spencer needs this kill. If he doesn't get it, then they'll be in trouble, because then they'll be low in numbers when it comes to this retake. Kadoom finds another, which makes things even more difficult for Made in Thailand. Look at the backstab, but Bokum covers it. Still in contention, 10 seconds, but plenty of time to get that spike down.
This is such a huge polarity as to how Made in Thailand were playing Haven. They were so quick on Haven. Now look at the change.
And the wraparound, again, is also as quick. Team Secret want to get onto their case quickly. Fragment to the back end of things to assist them in, but they don't have a flash drive. This is going to have to be a dry peak, and it's going to have to to be dry kills. The Spencer able to trade it out, but Gravity well into the center of things as Alone Fields is isolated. Team Secret with a banger of a retake get themselves a pistol.
It's a dry peach as Team Secret go bananas. It's going to be a ninth round nonetheless, and for Myth, I'm really looking forward to seeing just how they're going to be able to recover right now, because Team Secret, they found their groove, and right now they are looking unstoppable. Really clean retake there, and the fact that they had to do all of that dry, as you mentioned, was so impressive. It's a testament as to how good their aim is, and the players who we weren't really expecting decided to step up. We knew Spencer would be good, but it's Borkham right now who is really surprising me.
What do you think that teddy bear's thinking?
He's probably seen some horrors being in that position. Like,
It's like he's seeing heads being ripped apart.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good angle he's got there, you know. And,
it's a pretty nice view. He probably works on that little canoe in his free time, but people keep planting spikes to try and destroy it.
That's the law of Valorant. Everybody wants to destroy that canoe.
The new agent's just one of the best.
Well, looking at the buy, it's looking rough on both ends. Spectres, but it's a force from the Made in Thailand side, so a very high-risk play. I wonder if it works out. Bucky close by, just see Vash somehow makes it out of that one. Throws a seize in place as well, but won't hold them in place for too long. The Spencer out into the open, one flight looking to entry. They see JC Vash with not a chance. Made in Thailand did force, and perhaps it may be for a good reason.
It's the same trap that Team Secret fell into. They're the ones who forced second round. They were able to catch Myth off guard, and now, how does it feel now the shoe is on the other foot? There is a flank from the Astra. Unfortunately, the Killjoy utility has already anticipated this, and for Dubstep, if he wants to push, he's got to run into a crossfire, unless he's as quick as that.
Lightning fast. A couple of players are low. Oh, this is going to be doable. This is going to be doable, isn't it? Oh, goodness gracious me. You think Made in Thailand have a chance? Think again, because Team Secret are just better.
It's charge of the lightweight brigade for Myth right now, because that was their round to win, but they just ended up getting absolutely decimated on the defense, and it feels like they just all overextended. They peaked at just the wrong times. They all focused one player when they knew a second player could be flanking, but they just weren't able to coordinate it fast enough, and this is where you see huge kind of canyons of difference and experience between these teams.
And Team Secret seem to be loving this right now, because they realize they just won a force by that mid-Thailand. Just mid-Thailand?
Absolutely perfect. And for Myth, it feels like that is the main thing that's been coming back to bite them. The fact that they have been getting spike down. They did it in the pistol round, did it last round, but holding the site is where they've been struggling. And when you have a KO, a Killjoy, and an Astra, you would think it would be the complete opposite.
You would have thought, right? Team Secret, obviously, better weaponry.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade
This is a bleak world for Made in Thailand right now, and may be indeed seeing bind if a stop isn't put to Team Secret anytime soon. First pick also goes their way. Delay onto the push, and looking how far Team Secret have got their players placed over to that right extremity, they've got no reason why they should rotate, no reason why they should be bothered about this. This is a complete walk in the park. It's a casual Tuesday, you know. Wind is blowing, the trees are just moving. You can smell the flowers everywhere. The flowers, Kramer.
The flowers.
And
you can't underestimate the flowers. You can't forget the flowers.
No, and you just walk in the park, and that's what Team Secret are doing right now.
You could say you just want to fly.
Ah,
we're on a roll today.
we really are on a roll today. I mean, Made in Thailand would have been if Team Secret wouldn't have put a stop to it. But of course, Beta with the stinger will have to survive for a little bit longer. Gets one before he falls. Does have the spike. Could we be seeing a plant, considering how low the Spencer is? Yeah, perhaps we will. Okay, it turns out to not be such of a bad round for them.
I like how he's planting so aggressive as well. He knows he needs to keep fighting. Isn't going out by any of that. Fortunately, the stinger at any range other than point blank isn't very good. And for Wiz, quick shutdown, Team Secret hit 11 as they look to just kind of set themselves up for a victory here.
It was unlucky the fragment was thrown at his feet as well.
Yeah. A little bit painful.
It is, but now they've got a chance for a bye round. This is a new frontier. Obviously, this is a big hill to climb. We're talking about 7 consecutive rounds to try and equalize. That is tough. So, what do they need to do here?
Something I think I would like to see is, I think that for Made in Thailand, they're very good at getting entries, but they're very bad at sort of holding them once the retake initiates. I would like to see potentially more of a concerted effort to have lurkers to try and delay these retakes, or better still, I'd like to see once they hit the retakes to actually aggress one of the positions to force out a fight before the rest of the players can come in. Because once Team Secret have time to set up, then they're unstoppable.
Dubstep looking to aggress. Doesn't quite connect the shot though. That is not like Dubstep today. But Alone Fields is able to punish, which means that is Made in Thailand finding a first pick. Not necessarily due to a forced error by Team Secret, but just by Dubstep over it.
Wit's going to be hit by a fair bit of utility here, having to just cower in the corner, in which cornering Barrett is going to bombard him with utility.
What? Why? How? What? Goodness me! I'm lost for words. Made in Thailand just simply made that possible. Team Secret decided to push from every single corner, but Made in Thailand were looking at them all.
It's a messy round, that's for sure. But now look at the ults. We've got a Blaze Storm available, which is going to be brought out this round. There's a lockdown for the retake. They're one away from a Nightfall and a Null Command. Over on Myth, one away from a lockdown with a Cosmic Divide, a Null Command, and a Nightfall all available. It feels like these teams, all of them sort of hold their ults to counter one another, and it means we end up with this almost smorgasbord of ults that all just get dropped into one round.
It does seem that they do just stack them up little by little. Just decide, yeah, let's have a brawl, let's have a fight with all of them, let's create some chaos. But like we said, this is very different to the pace Made in Thailand would have had on Haven due to the composition that they now have. It needs to be very meticulous. Try figure out positionings, get picks. No one really to find quick entries. Nightfall onto Wits here. Trying his best to hold down that line, but obviously Kadum will try and overwhelm. The rest of them look to enter the site better, finding the trade. Kungarid is the player you want to fall from Team Secret, from Made in Thailand, because he can be brought back to life. And simply as that, they gain all the control they need, barely take any damage, and gain themselves the spike plant.
Look at the money of Team Secret, Pavlos. The comeback is afoot right now, and for Myth, this is a very exploitable position. They only committed 2 of their 5 ults to this round, and in the process, they've reset Team Secret, who have already had to commit their Blade Storm, and, well, for Jesse Vash, they've got nothing left in the bank. They have to back off, they have to save. Luckily, Dubstep has been able to retrieve a Vandal, and Myth is going to hear this retreat. I like the fact they're not chasing. They realize that they're going to need every penny they can get their hands on, and more importantly, the option now to really go for these sort of ult dumps, to potentially use the Nightfall, not even Nightfall, I do apologize, to use the Cosmic Divide in unison with the lockdown can be really, really effective.
That is a good combo to have, and I think the Null Command together with the Nightfall was a good combo. It kind of gave him a free victory, didn't it?
Yeah, and I also want to highlight, when everyone swung from a main there, each player picked a different target. It wasn't everyone fighting one player, which is how Team Secret would have been able to win that round in just collapsing onto Myth. They all take their own individual duels. Something else to mention, but...
I mean, it kind of shows the teamwork between them. I mean,
yeah.
they haven't really had too much time with Beta, but I mean, the rest of them, they look coordinated as ever.
Absolutely, and look at the kill disparity on Myth right now. There's 1 kill separating their top 4 fraggers. All of them are pulling their weight. Every single player is doing their job. On Team Secret, it's a little bit more top-heavy. Dubstep usually is the one who just kind of goes off and kills everyone. But what you find is if Dubstep dies, what next?
Made in Thailand is starting to find their groove now. Ball come out into the open, does get caught off. Dispenser's got a shorty, but they're not checking the corner, because why would you expect people to enter wide? Doesn't have space to go reload though, which means it's simply a trade onto the site they go, and it's simply given to them. But the rotations are already here from Team Secret, which means they'll want to go in for the fight straight away. The spike hasn't even gone down yet, but they want this space and fast. That's the flash drive, that's the push, those are the kills, and it's all down to Beta, all by himself. Finds the one, but it's Dubstep there to retaliate.
Absolutely perfect. He just completely wipes Beta there, takes the 2 versus 1. Really, really effective clutch from Secret in a round that they really looked like they didn't have any business in. They lost that site very convincingly. I think the utility really made Alone Fields there kind of panic as to what side of the doorway he has to hold, and then in crossing, he gets caught out. Absolutely beautiful from Team Secret there to buy time from Dispenser, and then their utility usage. That flash drive is, for me, one of the killing blows. 12-6, yes, a comeback was definitely planned for Myth here, but do they have enough space to make it happen? Do they have enough time to make it happen? Because Team Secret right now, particularly piercing in souls, a strong breeze, maybe even a kind of violently tossed handkerchief is going to get them over the line and close out this map.
Violently tossed handkerchief. Okay, yeah, it could be.
I don't know what sort of impact power you can get from that.
No. Close range, I guess.
I feel like humans can definitely make a handkerchief hit terminal velocity if you throw it really hard. So it probably doesn't have very quick velocity. We'll have to see. What's the terminal velocity of Team Secret? Because right now they're looking to warm up. Sure, they're not firing on all cylinders, but the oil's starting to warm. They're ready to downshift and take themselves into bind.
It's still a buy round though, and still a lot available for Made in Thailand. I mean, considering pretty much the same was available last time around, we don't know if the outcome will be the same. Maybe they were reluctant to use the utility. Maybe they didn't expect Team Secret to play that aggressively.
I'll find you.
But that is Kadum with the opener. Not the first time we've seen that, and it didn't really turn in their favor. Lockdowns on both ends, and Kadum once more. Oh, goes straight for the lockdown and falls for the bait. The Spence on the sideline keeps Team Secret alive and on top. Rotations incoming, but it seems Team Secret are ready for it because look where JC Vash is. So far deep in that B-link position, and he's ready for it all. He can hear the commotion, he can hear the footsteps, and they're lined up for him! Two for him! The Spencer joins in, they pincer them in, they put them in the dirt, and it's all down to Alone Fills to try and hold on. Unable to do so, Team Secret are taking us to a third map.
Absolutely perfect. They really were struggling as they went into this map. We were worried that potentially Myth were able to take it 2-0, but no, Team Secret, a Filipino powerhouse, have been able to come back, and they've been able to show